So Wayne, tell me a little bit about your 61 Starliner. I really love the idea that this is kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Maybe you can tell us a little about the wolf's part.
So what it is I love the shape of this car. I've always loved it since I was a kid. In 1961, I mean, I was 10 years old. These were the cars.
Yep.
One of the guys said the Starliner's the hottest car Ford's ever made.
And then to see this roofline, this beautiful roofline, it's so simple. They took a chrome accent and they made this, and this was the year in Chevrolet and in Ford of real skinny pillars.
Right.
They didn't want a big fat pillar sticking here, so they made this beautiful
and highlighted
line.
it with those little decorative symbols.
Exactly. Right? So those are stars. And if you roll this window down, look at how that opens that whole thing up.
So full view.
Yeah, it really is a great looking car. So this is a 1961 Starliner coupe, and it's got a 390 in it. Mm-hmm. It's got 4-speed on the floor. It's got a bench seat. Nothing special about the interior. No bucket seats, a bench seat. But it was ordered this way to be, I think, a drag race car.
So you think that's what the original buyer would have intended?
So this car was ordered with special things. It had non-fading brakes. Mm-hmm. So for stopping the car at high speeds, non-fading brakes, which of course today you think of disc brakes, but these were drum brakes with huge shoes on.
Must have been massive,
Yeah. And then it had a high-capacity radiator, a very large radiator to really protect it and cool that 390. But the big thing is that this was ordered very special in that it was ordered as a 401 horsepower 390.
Yeah.
So to actually have horsepower above the displacement.
It was really important advertising tool.
Oh, it was unbelievable. But Ford would not sell you the car as a 401 horsepower from the factory. You had to get that tri-power setup, and it came in the trunk, and the dealer had to put it on.
Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, it's really special, this car. So another great thing about this car is totally original. It's never been touched. The paint is original, the chrome, the interior, everything. The engine compartment has been totally detailed, but the engine's never been out of the car. So this is a tri-power setup that you would find in the trunk of the car in a box when it came to the dealership. The dealership would take the 4-barrel off, put this on. It would gain substantial horsepower.
Sure.
And I think that 401 horsepower was actually a little low. It's probably more like 425 horsepower in that era. But it's a wonderful car, great looking car, and to have the tri-power setup in a 390. And back in 1961, the 390 was the engine.
Yep.
They then moved into 1962, and late 61 and early 62, they built a 406 engine, which was a bigger 390, so to speak. And then mid-year in 1962, they decided to make a 427, and that was their NASCAR engine,
right.
The 427. And I also have a Galaxy 500 with 425 horsepower. But to have an engine that the horsepower overrated the displacement was really something. It was really something, yeah.
So what's it like to drive?
It's really a great car to drive. I mean, with the skinny tires and everything, you can spin the tires, in first and second and into third gear. But what I like about it is it's just nondescript. I mean, the little dog dish hubcaps. Today we understand that dog dish hubcaps means that it's sort of a race car. But back in this era, that was just because they were cheap.
Yeah.
They were inexpensive hubcaps. Now they have a meaning to them, But the looks of this car with all this beautiful little grille with these little buttons in here, and then it sort of comes out here to the bumperettes.
And it's also an AACA winner too.
It is.
So Wayne, would you be willing to let me take a test drive?
Let's go.
All right, great.
Jump in. As I
Can't
say,
wait
the
to
key's
do this.
in it.
So nothing special starting up, right?
No, it's just a Ford.
I remember this.